Okay, let's dive right into this explainer. Today, we're taking you inside a place most people don't even realize exists. I'm talking about Google's secret backroom of AI tools. Now, we're not just talking about basic chatbots here. No, we're looking at a hidden, absolute powerhouse of an arsenal that literally lets you build a complete project, a massive marketing campaign, or even an entire business right from scratch. And the absolute best part? It doesn't cost a single dime. Welcome to the ultimate blueprint for your free solo empire. Let's get into it. You know, if you've been exploring AI lately, you've probably felt that subscription fatigue hit hard. It's like you pay one company for image generation, you pay another for coding, a third for video, a fourth for data. It's just overwhelming, right? It's completely fragmented, and man, it gets expensive really fast. But here's the thing, there is a completely free alternative. Google has quietly assembled this 100% free, deeply integrated stack. It's this beautiful ecosystem when you can run your entire workflow in one single place. It effectively replaces a dozen of those pricey paid tools. So, here's our roadmap for today's explainer. First, we're going to look at how to research and master absolutely any topic. Second, we'll build apps without writing a single line of code. Third, we'll dive into instant marketing and branding. And finally, we'll wrap up inside the AI filmmaking studio. All right, phase one, research and master any topic. Let's see how we turn massive amounts of raw data into actual structured knowledge. Okay, so before you build a product or launch a campaign, obviously you need to understand your market. Now, most people treat Gemini like it's just a simple question and answer bot, but tucked right inside is a feature called Deep Research, and it acts exactly like a tireless senior analyst. Think about it like this. Let's say you want to launch a 2026 Nike running shoe campaign in India. You don't just ask it for a quick idea, you give it a brief, and it actually goes out, reads dozens of live websites, pulls real-time market data, and finds the actual gaps, like say a lack of mid-range shoes for 30-minute urban runners. Then it hands you a fully fleshed out campaign strategy. It's doing the heavy lifting of an entire research team in literally minutes. And what about when it comes to processing the information you already have? Well, for that, we turn to a quiet powerhouse called Notebook LM. You can feed this thing incredibly heavy PDFs. We're talking dense Tesla financial reports, or throw in YouTube transcripts, or even raw audio files. And you have to see what it outputs. It doesn't just give you a boring summary, it completely transforms the data. It can actually take that dry Tesla document and generate a highly engaging two-host debate podcast where these AI voices are literally arguing the merits of Tesla's manufacturing strategy. It's insane. It can also spin up clickable mind maps, study guides, and quizzes, turning static text into dynamic, engaging content. Building perfectly on that idea of dynamic learning is Google's Learn Your Way. This tool completely shatters the old one-size-fits-all textbook model. It takes a really complex topic and personalizes the format to fit exactly how you learn best. So whether you need immersive text with visual aids, guided slides with narration, conversational audio lessons, or interactive mind maps just to see the big picture, this tool adapts the content perfectly to you. And here's the absolutely crucial takeaway. This personalization isn't just some fun gimmick. Real testing has shown that using Learn Your Way actually increases knowledge retention in students by 11% compared to traditional textbook reading. That is a massive leap in how we absorb information. It makes learning incredibly efficient and highly accessible. Moving right along to phase two, build apps without coding. Time to step into the developer backroom. So now that we've mastered our research, we're stepping out of the library to build some actual software. And there's this magical, sequential logic to bringing an app to life without ever writing a single line of code. First, you use a tool called Google Stitch. You literally just describe the interface you want. Let's say you want a food delivery app with a really vibrant red palette. Stitch goes ahead and designs the UI. Step 2, that becomes a clickable prototype. But Step 3 is where the magic really happens. You export that prototype straight into Google AI Studio, and it instantly wires up the code in the background. It turns your design mockups into a live, fully functional web application. And the destinations you can reach with these tools, they are truly mind-blowing. You could easily spin up a custom music app, let's call it MuseQuest, that looks and feels exactly like a Spotify clone. But here's the kicker. It doesn't just play existing songs. By integrating Google's Lyria model, your new app can actually generate its own original music tracks from scratch the moment a user clicks play. Or you can clone a complex interface like Zomato to build an automated, personalized dashboard. The creative ceiling is just completely gone. And all of this is happening inside Google AI Studio, which is basically this unified workspace housing almost every model Google has ever built. Just look at the density of this toolset. You've got system instructions, which let you program the AI to remain skeptical and prioritize accuracy over being polite. You have incredible image generation via the Nano Banana model, custom AI podcast hosts you can direct like actual actors, and some truly unbelievable real-time voice and video capabilities. Just to give you an idea of the sheer scale of what AI Studio can handle, its real-time capabilities include instant, live speech-to-speech translation across more than 70 languages. Seriously, over 70. You can speak into your microphone in English, and the AI will output your voice in another language instantly as you speak. It is exactly like having a universal translator built right into your browser. Oh, and before we leave this developer backroom, we absolutely have to talk about Opal. Opal lets you build apps by simply describing workflows in plain English. For example, you can literally tell Opal to act as a B2B strategist, research 3 specific clients, and then draft hyper-personalized cold outreach emails based on their exact business models. It completely automates that agonizing process of client research and outreach. It turns hours and hours of work into an automated machine. All right, phase 3. Instant marketing and branding. Let's get this product out to the world. Okay, so we've got our product built. Now we actually need to sell the thing. And the key to a professional brand presence is what we call your business DNA. Now, when you use Pomeli, you don't have to sit there manually picking out fonts or typing in hex codes. You simply point it to your existing website, or you just upload a few reference images, and Pomeli automatically extracts your business DNA. It figures out your color palettes, your fonts, your brand values, and even your tone of voice. This anchors absolutely everything it creates, making sure that every single asset generated is perfectly on brand without you having to tweak a thing. Once that business DNA is locked in, the output is just staggering. In seconds, Pomeli is generating ready-to-post social media ad campaigns. It can take a completely flat image of your product, say an earring, and generate a photorealistic AI model wearing it in a high-end professional studio shoot. It writes multi-page brand books, builds high-converting websites, and can even export everything directly into your Google Ads account. I mean, it is essentially replacing an entire team of copywriters, web developers, and photographers. The flexibility of Pomeli is really something else. It can scrape a massive established catalog from a global giant like H&M and create stunning new campaigns instantly. But equally, it can take just 6 photos of handcrafted jewelry from a brand new tiny startup in Jaipur and spin up a deeply regal, timeless brand identity and a fully functioning website totally from scratch. It scales perfectly to whoever happens to be using it. And finally, phase 4, the AI filmmaking studio. Time to make some movie magic. To create show-stopping cinematic marketing, we are jumping into Google Flow. But if you want to use it correctly and prevent those weird hallucinatory errors where faces suddenly change or backgrounds warp, you absolutely must follow a golden sequence. First, you lock your character. Second, you lock your location, and only then do you generate the shots. This exact specific sequence forces the AI to maintain perfect visual consistency across your entire storyboard. And when you actually follow that sequence, the results are awe-inspiring. By acting as the creative director inside Flow, you can output a flawless, 60-second cinematic short film. In one test from the source material, it generated this incredibly detailed ad featuring a panther cub exploding an empty moonlit library, totally inspired by Cartier. Every single shadow, every camera push, it felt exactly like a high-end luxury commercial. The engine driving all of this is the Gemini Omni model, but directing it requires specific videography language. You don't just type "make a video." No, you specify shot framing and camera motion, like asking for a dolly zoom or a slow push-in. You dictate the lighting, telling it to be warm, ethereal, or crisp. You use broad concepts for location design, letting the model's reasoning fill in the tiny details. And you leverage its flawless text rendering sync, so words appear on screen exactly to the beat of the music. It's this elevated level of prompting that turns mediocre AI outputs into professional cinematic art. So the absolutely crucial point here is staring us right in the face. The barrier to entry is now completely zero. We've just gone from market research to coding a functional app to building a brand identity to directing cinematic commercials, all within a 100% free, deeply integrated stack. The old excuses, the high software costs, the lack of a technical background, the need to hire a massive team, they are just completely gone. Think about it. You now have an elite analyst, a senior developer, a creative director, and a full marketing agency sitting right there on your laptop. The tools are free. The team is built. The only question left to ask yourself is, What are you going to build first? Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer. I really hope this sparked some serious inspiration for you. Get out there and start experimenting today.